Definitely. All right, so this your man Easy Money, WRUG Radio, Old School Hip Hop 101. Man, I got two of the pioneers, man, veterans in the game of hip hop. My man Speech, Arrested Development, Chuck D, Public Enemy. Man, I'm at a loss for words right now because I'm a fan first.
Word up.
I mean, this is what I grew up on. This is what we bringing to you, the real, the fans. My man Speech, you just hit the stage, man. Just take us back to, you know, where it all began for you, and the process to where you are now, and what we're going forward with.
Well, honestly, it goes back to this right here because
no doubt.
we was on some crazy stuff, and then I heard Chuck D, and I heard their first record, Yo Bum Rush the Show, and that started to change my perspective. And then when they dropped that Rebel Without a Pause, I was gonna either quit rap or change the course, one or the other.
Right.
Because it blew my mind so much that I was like, okay, what is this dude talking about? I really didn't know what he was talking about deeply. So I started researching stuff. He was talking about Panther Power, and I'm like, what's the Panthers? Okay, so I started learning. But see, for me, it was like a brother that was like a big brother to me, telling me what was going on. What goes on? It was like that. And then I was just learning. And then we changed our whole course from that. So to me, that's where the fork in the road hit, and things changed lyrically for me.
And his family had laid so much groundwork in Milwaukee. So the times I used to go to Milwaukee, even after you moved down there, it's just like it was like a no-brainer. So it wasn't like he had to go and backlog a lot of stuff. All he had to do is go to
that's
the
true.
people.
Ask my people. Yeah.
Right.
What does this mean? What's this about? Because my parents was already activists. They still are activists. And my mom and dad own the biggest newspaper, black newspaper in Wisconsin. So
So that's history.
there's a lot of history already there. But he tapped into it for me.
And I'm so glad that, if when we play together, is that they have a dressing room rider that I could trust.
That's right.
You can actually, I'm familiar with some of this, and build off of that.
No doubt. Chuck, man, legendary. What can you say about this brother right here, man? Chuck D, Public Enemy, man, Flavor Flav. Now you're here in Atlanta tonight. We're gonna take the stage, man, once again. Now, like Speech was saying, you dropped a lot of history, a lot of gems, a lot of knowledge, man. And now one track in particular, man, is my favorite, Black Skills in the Hour of Chaos. What was coming from with the message with that track right there?
I'm old cat, 51 years old. That means I lived the entire decade of the 1960s because I was born in that year. And when I was 7 years old, I remember my uncle, my mother's foster brothers coming home, one of them coming home after high school, when he graduated high school, and immediately somebody knocked on the door serving them papers to report to Southeast Asia and for the Vietnam War. And that shocked the hell out of him. Me as a little kid was like looking and I was moved by the moment. And I grew up in a time in my first 10 years of my life where, Dr. King was shot, Malcolm X was shot, the president was shot, his brother was shot, Vietnam War, the Panther Party emerged. I was in the Panther lunch program. The Nation of Islam. Muhammad Ali was threatened to go to jail. Or was he going to jail for? He's just boxing, ain't he? So all your curiosity and all your questions led to answers that really took you to another place on, when you went back and got the school structure, you went back challenging that information. So when I made songs way later like Don't Believe the Hype, it didn't mean don't believe anything coming at you, it means challenge information. So that was what the 60s was about for a black child. And they also realized in the 70s how the information was moving so many people, but myself like Professor Griff and Flavor and people like that, we grew up in a square mile town where they had older people, not older people, like they were like older teens and college age people dropping science to us. And it stuck. By the time we were in the 3rd and 4th grade, after these summer programs, we were monsters. So that's what kind of like told us when we was in our 20s to say, we could drop jewels to people 10, 15, 16 years old.
Because they did it for you.
Right, and it won't be trendy because you tell them about themselves what's kept away from them. And we use that same method that was used on us, although they didn't have rap. But when somebody looks up, they're looking at the next level up. That's why my biggest beef today is never towards the young. It's like the absence of there's an absence of 25 to 40-year-olds that
Exactly right.
refuse
That's right.
to say what they know.
Exactly right.
Yeah, you heard it first from my man Chuck D in speech. I mean, like I said, we come from an era where you made a brother like me, I was that 14, 15-year-old kid, man, who, you know, realized a consciousness of what we should be doing as a people, as brothers, man, you know, looking out for our sisters and stuff like that. So, man, definitely, I want to shout both you guys out, man, for just bringing us great music. You know, we got our continued support. We're trying to keep it relevant. That's what we do on the show, Old School Hip Hop 101, wrugradio, man. So definitely, hey, man, shout out to you brothers, man.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. I'd like to see you upload your show and join us at rapstation.com.
Okay.
We have 250 people who upload their shows online, or even, you know, and also spread their links over there. But we believe, and this is the thing that, you know, we've been talking across online, you know, and things like that, is that our solidarity and the union of us is the strength that makes us, not for individual merit, but the thing is, it's combative. You know, you put it out there, it comes back. It's already come back in so many ways.
Without a doubt.
Like this brother, and anything he does, it works for us. And anything I try to do, it works for him. That's how it gotta be. You do it in radio and try and expose so many different things. You know, there's things that you do out there in the world is gonna come back to you, and that's how it always should be. You know, so my biggest statement, always got to be concerned. You know, this brother talked about a situation that's the biggest problem in the United States right now. One of the biggest, and that's homelessness.
Right.
And now with, you know, people occupying, when you look over your shoulder, these people are already there in desperation. So my thing is like this: as we watch the throne, we have to always be concerned on who catches the throne. Thrown at, thrown under, thrown aside.
That's knowledge.
Thrown down, thrown up, you know what I'm saying? So that's very important.
Well, hey, man, definitely. We definitely appreciate you dropping these gems of knowledge. Both of you brothers, man.
All right. ADPE.
What's up, brother Speech, Chuck D.
That's right, and you were checking out Old School 101 Radio.
WRUG.
That's right, fight the power, bring the noise, and understand we are for people every day.
Without question, power.